Hello and welcome to my tarot channel. Welcome to another video from me. So today's topic is going to be on predictions for the next 30 days. This is going to be a timeless reading, which means that it applies at any moment that you stumble across this video, starting from the moment that you watch it for the following 30 days. So, yep. There's a reason why you have come across it if you are here right now. And once again, I want to mention that I have chosen these crystals intuitively by focusing on the question of which crystals I should choose for this particular topic. And these are the crystals that stood out to me from my collection in this particular order. So we have pile number 1. We have the I think it's Chalcedonia crystal. Pile number 2, we have the black onyx crystal. Sorry, it's not Chalcedonia. I think it's called chrysocolla. Yeah, whatever. The idea is, if you're drawn to it, pile number 3, we have this kyanite crystal. All right. So these are your options. How should I place them? Okay, let me place them like this. These are your options for those of you who would like to choose with just crystals. Pile number 1, number 2, number 3. My recommendation, as usual, is that you take some moments to meditate upon the question. Maybe close your eyes while you're doing it. Take some deep breaths. Exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. And then open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. You can also address the question to a higher power like God or a saint or a deity that you follow. And yeah, just use your intuition to guide you to the correct pile. And if you feel drawn to more than one, of course, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. So before I sign off, I will remind you to please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so already, it's the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Thank you, and I will see you at your pile. So hello once again. This is for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well as a crystal. This is going to be the selection of the card for each pile. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the chrysocolla crystal. What is going to happen in their lives within the next 30 days from now? What can you tell me for pile number 2, the people who chose the black onyx crystal? What is going to happen in their lives? Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3, the people who chose the kyanite crystal? What is going to happen in their lives within the next 30 days from now? Okay, for some reason I instinctively, turned this over. So let's see. Pile number 1, you have the Sea Witch, number 52. All right. Pile number 2, you have Mermaid's Love, number 24. Pile number 3, you have the Observer, number 50. Let me zoom in. All right, so this is for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well as a crystal. Pile number 1, you have this card over here and or this chrysocolla crystal. Trying to get it to focus, but it isn't working out. Oh, okay. It has to be really close to the lens. All right, so pile number 1, this is your crystal. Pile number 2, you have this card over here and or this black onyx crystal. Pile number 3, you have this card over here and or this kyanite crystal. All right, so you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. My recommendation, as usual, is that you take some moments to meditate upon the question, maybe take some deep breaths, exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down, and you can also address it to a higher power. So after you have meditated for a few moments with your eyes closed, you can open them and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. And if you feel drawn to more than one, of course, feel free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. I will see you at your reading. So welcome pile number 1. This is your reading. If you have chosen this card, number 52, the Sea Witch, and or this blue chrysocolla crystal. I'm going to read the description for this card after I select all of them. So let me get some oracle cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. What are the next 30 days going to bring into their lives? Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the chrysocolla people. What is going to happen in their lives within the next 30 days from now, from the moment that they come across this reading? Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the chrysocolla. What's going to happen in their lives in the next 30 days from now? Tell me, Spirit, what's going to happen. All right. So we have, okay, pride, number 7. We have enjoyment. Striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. The more you're inviting love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life, dear Lord. All right. The third card is just grace. And it's funny because the second card is about enjoyment, and this one looks like a woman really feeling herself. And I'm pretty sure the woman is Matahari, but let's not dwell. Okay, I'm going to put these here maybe temporarily until I figure out how to arrange everything. Actually, I think this works. I'm just going to squish them in over here. Okay, and now let me read the description for this card, number 52, the Sea Witch. This card keeps coming out in my readings a lot of the times. I think I've seen it before, definitely a few times. So maybe some of you recognize it, maybe you've had it before. That would definitely be a strong message. Anyway, innocence, joy of play, wonder. Oh my gosh. Innocence, joy of play, wonder. We already have repeated messages, and I haven't even gotten to the tarot cards. This small mermaid is called the Witch of the Sea. Instead of a fishtail, she has a jellyfish on the lower part of her body. Her hair sways behind her like flowing tentacles. She holds a windmill in her hand that propels her forward. A wide-eyed fish is her loyal companion on her ocean journeys. She is young and uses the magic of childlike thinking to dance in the waves, marveling at the wonder of life. All right. Okay. Yes. And also, look at the symmetry here. We have 52, numerology, that is a number 7, and we have number 7 again here. Oh my god, all of these like 4 cards seem connected, and I'm definitely getting a similar theme, a common theme here among all of them. This is already Spirit telling you to loosen up a little bit, enjoy yourself, you know. This is also just giving me Little Mermaid vibes, basically, because Ariel also had like fish. I think she had a fish friend called Sebastian. And, you know, The Little Mermaid used to be like my favorite Disney film when I was a kid, but I don't remember the plot very, very clearly. Yeah, but she did have fish. I think, wasn't the fish called Sebastian, or was Sebastian the crab? I don't remember. Anyway, let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Spirit, what is coming into pile number 1's life within the next 30 days from now? By the way, this deck is called Joie de Vivre, which is the joy of living, translated. So this is definitely something that you are meant to, yeah, I don't know. You're meant to come across this reading is what I'm trying to say. I feel like maybe this is my uptight workaholic pile. No offense. Let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. We have 10 of Swords. Gosh. We have Ace of Wands. The second card, 7 of Wands, number 3. Ace of Pentacles, number 4. The Hermit, number 5. The 6 of Cups. Oh, yes. Those of you who are like, I don't know, maybe have been on my channel for a while, or you're very well versed with tarot, you know why I'm excited, because the 6 of Cups is like basically telling you the same energy as this number 52 here. Okay, more cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the Chrysocolla. What is coming into their lives within the next 30 days from now? Tell me, Spirit. I don't know why I turned the first cards over instinctively. Tell me, Spirit, what is going to happen in pile number 1's life? Alright, so first card is the Queen of Wands. Second is the Emperor underneath the Ace of Wands. And, oh my gosh, the third one is the Sun. The fourth one is the 4 of Wands. Fifth one, Knight of Pentacles. And the sixth one is the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, yes. Basically, I've already gotten the message very clearly from the Oracle cards, and then it was just confirmed basically even further. So there are a lot of things happening, but this is your present state here. Look at this. 10 of Swords clarified by the Queen of Wands. So this shows that at the present moment, when you have come across this reading, all right, and you have come across this reading, you are not in a good state. You have probably recently felt like you have hit rock bottom. So either this has happened in a very real physical sense, like you have had a lot of really bad experiences in recent history, maybe things like divorce or even bereavement or the loss of a career or a job, you know, some very stressful situations, or maybe a lot of things hitting you from multiple parts at the same time, multiple directions, I mean. Or this could be just a question of having a lot of anxiety, a lot of worries, but, you know, these things kind of feed into one another. So whenever a person is going through hardship in life, of course, their mental anguish is more likely to get higher. So we have the Queen of Wands underneath. So this makes me feel that for many of you, this is speaking of something to do with mental health. It's not so much... So, video interrupted for some reason. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Yeah, the Queen of Wands can speak of self-sabotage. You know, this can speak of a person who has a lot of internal conflicts going on. So it does make me think that for many of you, this is speaking of some mental health issue, potentially, or yeah, maybe, you know, a lot of wounding happening in childhood. And you being self-sabotaging without realizing it. But whichever the situation, mentally and emotionally, it feels like many of you have recently hit rock bottom, or you're about to hit rock bottom in many ways, or you just this could also, the 10 of Swords could also speak of burnout, you know, someone who has just tirelessly pursued their goals to the point where they just, you know, well, they experience burnout, which is, you know, reaching a point where you just don't have the physical resources anymore to keep carrying on, and you need to spend time resting and healing, really. And the second position is the Ace of Wands and the Emperor underneath. So to me, what the support of this is, the support of what's going to happen in the next 30 days, this is coming from your drive, your passion. So what I'm getting here overall is that you are a person with a lot of regenerative powers. And I'm also seeing someone who has a lot of vitality, a lot of strength, even if you're tired and you maybe have gone through a lot of setbacks and a lot of maybe even health issues recently. You have the power to carry on and to keep regenerating every time you go through, you know, being knocked out one way or another. Makes me think of that old 90s song. I don't know how many of you know it. Like, I get knocked down and I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. I don't remember what it was called. The band had a weird name, and I think they were like a one-hit wonder or something, but it was quite catchy. But that's the vibe that I'm getting here. I'm getting, you know, I mean, we do have the Sun, we have the Six of Cups, we have all of these messages, we have the Child, you know, the Sea Witch. And we have this card with enjoyment here, and we have grace, which is showing, you know, this beautiful dancer. So overall, the message here is that within the next 30 days, you're definitely going to get a lot more in touch with what you love to do. And I feel like many of you are going to get the drive to, you know, pursue a passion project or to get in touch with hobbies you haven't paid attention to in a long time. Maybe even some of you exploring new hobbies, new interests, but it's getting back into that, you know, heart chakra sort of energy of being in the flow, doing something you really love, you know, being creative as well. But it's really interesting now that I look at it. You do have this card with pride. Oh my God, this is amazing. It's amazing. Look at this. Seven of Wands, clarified by the Sun. We have the number 7 again, just like here with the pride. And Seven of Wands speaks of being defensive. And then we have the Sun energy underneath. And the third position here, this shows the opposition. This shows what's going to get in your way. So Spirit is telling you, don't let your pride get in your way. So you are a person who, again, you have a very strong Sun energy. This shows life force, vitality, leadership ability. I wouldn't be surprised if many of you have a very prominent Sun energy in your horoscope, like maybe a lot of you know, maybe a lot of conjunctions involving the Sun, or a lot of placements in Leo, or placements in the 5th house, you know, or an exalted Sun, like Sun in Aries, you know, or Sun in the 1st house or in the 10th house, where it's very strong natally. So having these kinds of positions would mean that you definitely have a lot of that Sun energy. But the dark side of the Sun energy is becoming an egomaniacal sort of a person who is very self-righteous, you know, very prideful, does not like to say that they have made a mistake or that they're sorry about anything. Someone who can be really stuck in their ways. They can be very stubborn, you know, and single-minded, like only kind of like someone who puts the blinkers on and only wants to do exactly what they want. They don't want to hear alternative methods or different ways of trying things. So I feel like Spirit is telling you in one word to be a little bit more flexible. The Seven of Wands is also showing that you're being defensive because you are protecting your ego. All right. Maybe some of you, again, come from a background where you felt like you, sorry. So yeah, where was I? Again, video interrupted. So basically, yes, Spirit is telling you not to let your pride get in the way. Keep an open mind, and don't be defensive. You know, don't let your ego sabotage your work, I think. Or don't get hung up, don't get your identity wrapped up around certain things like, you know, social status or other people's opinions of you. You know, to the point where you're just afraid to change, you know. I mean, it's also interesting here because we also have some Scorpio 8th house energy, even though it says pride because of that death energy. You know, it's like showing an energy of transformation, basically. I feel like Spirit is asking you to transform, honestly. Also, how fitting is it that this card came out, you know, when it's about to be Halloween in like 10 days from now, 10 or 11 days. Anyway, I digress. So, aside from that, what you have here in the past here, we have Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Oh, wow. I really think that some of you, okay, this is going to be cold or something, but for some of you, I think you are mourning the loss of a relationship or a family situation that was very happy, that brought you a lot of stability. Something that brought you not just material stability and emotional stability, but also maybe social approval. I really think that for many of you, this is a relationship, or for some of you, this could be about your family status. Maybe something has happened in your family where in recent history, you feel like there was some kind of a fall from grace. Maybe not even in like recent history. Maybe this has been an old story, but I see like basically someone who is clinging to the memories of a bygone era. You know, like you're constantly comparing the present to an idealized vision of the past, if that makes sense. And that is causing you this frustration and this feeling like you're not really making progress, or that the current state of affairs and your current existence is not satisfying somehow, or you cannot really find enough joy in it. So this is quite random how it just got into my head, but this is really what I'm getting here. So I'm really curious to see how this resonates. Please comment in the comment section. I would be very curious to hear it. So here we have the near future here. This is what's going to happen, you know, throughout these 30 days. We have the Hermit clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. So this shows that you are determined to create something solid with your life, something that you can be proud of, but something that is authentic. I overall feel like if there is one word for you for the next 30 days, is authenticity. Like you are going to be focusing on figuring out who you really are deep down, what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what brings you meaning in life, and you're becoming more uncompromising in that sense. I think you are slowly working through the layers that maybe you have put over your true nature due to outside pressures, or maybe due to family, or just for survival's sake, you know. And now you've gotten to a point where you realize you don't want to continue like this for whatever reason, either because you're just finally committed to pursue a life of authenticity, or I don't know, something could have happened in recent history where you realize life is too short to be anything other than what you really are. And there's definitely this focus on, you know, slowly but surely you will be progressing towards authenticity and towards everything that is real and true to you, basically. Like you might actually see a period where you're isolating from other people, you're isolating from acquaintances that you have. Sorry, interrupted a bit. But basically, yes, you're going to maybe even let relationships fall by the bandwagon if they are not people that are truly in line with your authentic self. So again, you might have less patience for playing social games, or, you know, spending time with people that you don't really care about. And the ultimate outcome here is we do have Six of Cups clarified by the Four of Pentacles. So you're slowly but surely going to loosen up. You might be, so this is by the end of the 30 days, you're going to be loosening up with respect to how frugal you are. So I feel like Spirit is telling you that while it is good to be frugal and to plan ahead and, you know, save for rainy days, it's also good to enjoy life. Like, life is meant to be enjoyed. You are meant to do the things that you'd like to do and not constantly sacrifice them or postpone that for, you know, a time at some point in a hypothetical future when you have enough resources set aside where, you know, you can feel relaxed enough to do something creative. For instance, this is what I'm getting here. There's a lot of there is a lot of focus on caution when it comes to the material side. So I really think that for many of you, some of these anxieties were also partially material, connected to your income, your financial situation. I think that it has taken a hit in, you know, in the past, maybe for some of you in the recent history, where you know, you've been forced to really tighten the belt, so to speak, and, you know, live on less than you are used to living on. But Spirit is telling you to, you know, it's time to let go. It's time to kind of slowly move towards taking action in the direction that you really want to go and do things you really love to do. So let me get some astrological cards right now. Spirit, tell me what's going to happen in pile number one's life within the next 30 days. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. Okay, these two, I don't know about this one. Actually, oh, yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, it must have wanted to come out. I mean, it really felt like those two cards slid out together. Oh, wow, we have 7th house, love and partnership, and we have the sun. I mean, the sun is a really strong confirmation. And the sun rules the 5th house. Like I said, I also said that many of you, maybe you have strong sun going on. Sun rules creativity, it rules children, it rules the heart chakra, doing things out of love and out of passion. So this is a really strong confirmation, together with the Venus energy, which is also about finding joy in the little things. And again, it's also about enjoyment. It's about, you know, maybe especially Taurus, it's about the small pleasures of life. Like, you know, especially for those of you, again, who maybe have been very stoic, very frugal, I think Spirit is telling you you need to start with small things, you know, like, I don't know, enjoying a frappuccino once a week or something. You know, spoiling yourself, pampering yourself with a nice bath, or buying some, I don't know, sheets that feel very nice or clothes that feel very nice on your skin. You know, I don't know, buying yourself flowers. For some reason I got that song in my head of, you know, I can buy myself flowers. Oh my gosh, like, again, with the 7th house, some of you really, like I said, I think maybe some of you have even gone through a divorce recently, or some kind of significant separation, a rocking of the boat when it comes to your family circumstances. Or for some of you very specifically, you could have gone through a recent situation involving real estate. So like the property that you lived in, something could have gone wrong and maybe rocked your sense of security. But whatever, all of that is in the past, and you are moving towards a brighter future with the sun here. Also, another thing that could happen by the end of the month is that you could find someone significant with the 7th house in partnership, either someone romantic or someone that you could go into some kind of collaboration with, or even a partnership, like a business partnership. And the sun also shows that by the end of the month, you will have much higher vitality, higher confidence, and a stronger sense of self, and a stronger sense of purpose, basically. This is also saying that by the end of the month, many of you could gain recognition, more recognition and more attention than usual. Okay, let me get the Astro Dice. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. What is coming for them in the next 30 days? Okay, we have Virgo, we have Mars, and we have the number 1, which again is ruled by the Sun. So Virgo can also speak of health, like you could be working towards getting better habits, taking care of your health. For those of you who have maybe suffered health issues, they're going to get better during this month. There's also a focus on nutrition. And with the Mars energy, you could be gaining more physical strength. This also could mean, again, more conscious effort in the direction of fitness. This also means a lot of focus on being assertive, being competitive, pushing yourself forward, and having this never say die sort of attitude. And the number 1, which is Sun energy, just confirms pretty much everything I've said about the Sun energy showing up in this spread. So this just shows more vitality, more creativity, more of you doing what you love, basically. Let me also get some charms for fun. So tell me about pile number 1. What's going to come into their lives in the next 30 days? What's going to come into their lives within the next 30 days? Okay, so we have this statue, which either looks like a sarcophagus or it looks like the Virgin Mary. I'm not sure. But I think for many of you, this shows that you're going to have a renewed sense of faith in divinity. We have an anchor, which makes me think of more stability during this month, either mentally or materially, you know, like in a very real sense, or it could be both, of course. We also have the purse, so I definitely see money coming in with the purse. Let's see, we also have this key with the word love on it. So for some of you, I think you might definitely meet someone significant during this month, or if you already know someone that you are maybe dating or you're interested in, something significant could happen on the romantic plane, like starting a new relationship or meeting someone significant, something like that. For those of you who are in relationships, this could be about, you know, taking it to a higher level of commitment. We do have a fox here. I think that Spirit is telling you that you need to be clever, lighter on your feet, you know, don't be as heavy, don't take things too seriously. This is what I'm getting through it. We also have a bone. We actually have multiple bones. We have a fish bone and we have a bone. So to me, this is Saturn energy. And we also have this planet, which potentially could be Saturn. So I think there's maybe some of you are going through a lot of strong Saturn transits right now. So I think Spirit is telling you that if things have not been going your way, that is because, you know, the universe is testing you and you're going through a challenging time so that you can be ready to handle crisis situations later down the line. You're being prepared for something. And we also have this mountain, you know, charm. So it makes me think again of climbing the mountain, like slowly but surely, like the mountain goat, which is the symbol for Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. So that's what it makes me think. This is just a flower, yeah. So basically it's you seeing slow and steady progress in whatever it is, okay? Something to do with authenticity, creativity. This could be about you progressing with respect to a passion project, or it could be a personal goal, you know, something you want to do for yourself, like even something like fitness, improving your fitness, or I don't know, could be anything, you know, completing a hobby course, creating something like I said. So yeah, something significant could be happening with respect to a passion project. And yeah, this is pretty much it. I hope you have enjoyed this pile number 1. And if you have, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel. Please comment in the comment section with anything you would like to add or feedback you would like to share. If you would like to support my channel further, you can do so by clicking on the join button and becoming a member in exchange for a small monthly fee. If you're interested in getting a private tarot reading from me, check out the video description for my email, where you can send me an email and I can send you a pricing list and every other details about how to get a reading and what they entail. I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten before for private readings. If you're curious to see them, might help you decide. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel, and I will be linking that in the video description as well. I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also use tropical insights since I have more than 20 years of experience in astrology, more than 10 in Vedic astrology. So check it out. If you're interested in astrology, go ahead and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye. Either way, it feels like some kind of heartache that you have had recently is going to serve as motivation for you to reach this level of progress by the end of the 30 days. Because I definitely see an improvement here with the Ace of Swords and the 10 of Cups underneath. This is speaking of fulfillment and happiness and a happy family life. And if it's not a family, at the very least, this is about, you know, a happy romantic relationship. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have gone through some kind of a painful breakup in recent history. And it's like that breakup has really changed you, has had some kind of a transformative impact on your life. Or some kind of a heartache that you have had recently. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a romantic situation. It could be like a betrayal or something where your emotions were involved in a negative way. I do see that we have the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune here on the 3rd position. And we have the Queen of Wands on the 4th position. So what this is telling me is that you are someone who has a lot of emotional pain. Like you've had a lot of emotional pain, a lot of suffering in your life. Maybe some of it being traced all the way back to early childhood. And up until this point, and let's say up until the end of these following 30 days, you're going to be quite influenced by this still. Like you might have a hard time seeing things clearly. You might have a lot of limiting beliefs or parts of yourself that are basically holding you back or even self-sabotaging. This is speaking especially of like thought patterns and emotional issues, you know. And again, I don't want to sound like this is going to be offensive or anything, but this could be a situation where you would benefit from therapy. Generally, when the Moon and the Queen of Wands show up, this is definitely showing some kind of a shadow side where you could be your own worst enemy. But one thing that I also see with the Wheel of Fortune is you could have just had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of change. And I see that throughout the next 30 days, you might still experience a lot of disruption in your life, like ups and downs, you know, last minute changes, things that tend to make you feel destabilized. And the reason why this is happening, I feel, is because the universe, God, or however you want to call it, is trying to get you to find an inner balance, you know, to find your center of gravity within yourself, so that you don't get overly hung up on the externals or other people, and instead learn to, you know, pivot from your own center of gravity and adapt to the changes. We have 5 of Swords and the Queen of Wands here. This is showing that you have been the kind of person who had a lot of analysis paralysis. I feel like maybe you are the kind of person who also has regrets about things that you have not pursued. This could be connected to anything, but I think most likely this has to do with like large things in life, like your career trajectory, maybe even a relationship, but it's like the big things in life. You might have some significant regrets because you feel like you hesitated too much, or you were too nitpicky, or, you know, you have this need to overanalyze and be like, maybe you also are perfectionistic and a little bit controlling. Like you're the kind of person who needs absolute security that something is going to turn out your way before you take action. This is also a kind of behavior that comes from childhood trauma, by the way. You know, people who have a lot of disruption in their early childhood lives tend to become controlling later on because they want to feel like they can never be disrupted ever again. And looking at this energy, I would not be surprised if you are the kind of person who has a very strong Mercury in your chart, maybe a lot of Gemini, Virgo. So that would make you very analytical. You know, someone who is very rational and needs to know things, needs to understand things. You know, you probably are not the kind of person that easily leaves things to chance and can just trust and have faith. And oh my God, we do have this card with victim consciousness, number 12. This is amazing, y'all. I mean, it's amazing, but it's also kind of sad, you know. It's just amazing how good the messages are. Number 12, the number 3 in numerology. So people who are born under the number 3, especially the day number. So born on the 12th, on the 3rd, the 21st, the 30th. They're actually said to be often born into troubled families as a way to learn harsh psychological lessons. And, you know, I wonder if they knew this, like when they made this card. But this is not to say necessarily that you have victim consciousness, but I do think that, you know, the universe, again, spirit, however you want to call it, is giving you this kind of gentle nudge in the sense that be careful not to fall into victim consciousness. Like, while maybe things did happen to you, maybe early in childhood as well, that doesn't mean that your entire life has to be dictated by something that happened in the past. It definitely doesn't mean that you don't have control over your life and that there are things you can do even when it seems like, you know, everything is going wrong, or when let's say life throws you a lot of unexpected surprises. And yeah, with the aging card, I definitely, and also the gratitude, I definitely think that spirit is telling you, you know, don't obsess about your age. So maybe some of you in this group are the kind of people who are thinking, oh, I'm too old to do that, or it's too late for me, or especially with the 5 of Swords, I think that you might be the kind of person who gets stuck in negative thoughts, like, you know, again, could be regrets about things you have done or haven't done, and you might be like, you know, keep telling yourself, yeah, these kind of negative things, you know, like, I'm never gonna make it, or I'm not gonna achieve the things that I want. And you might be the kind of person who's like, I don't know, checking out people to see who succeeded at a late age because you need encouragement. And I'm not making fun of that or anything. I'm pretty sure plenty of people have been there. I feel like I've been there, you know, but this is definitely spirit telling you that, you know, you shouldn't be obsessing about your age. You shouldn't be thinking that, oh, your age means that you're never gonna succeed the way that you want, or you're never gonna be happy or anything. You know, it's like every day is a new beginning, basically. We do have the 9 of Pentacles and we have the Page of Swords underneath. So something that you are sitting on, this could be like more specific for some of you. This could be some idea that you have had. Maybe some of you are thinking about doing something independently, or you've come up with some kind of an idea, either if it's something at work or something to do with, let's say, business or something you want to achieve. And this idea, you could be mulling over it already. It could be something that you have brewed on, like you have brewed for a long time, and you haven't really taken action towards it. Or it could be coming, you know, recently within the next 30 days. And this idea is likely to bring you a lot of money. It's either a specific idea, you know, that's going to bring you a lot of money and a lot of success, or it's your ability to communicate in general, your ability to communicate, and also your youthfulness, your curiosity, and your ability to take a fresh perspective on things. But I really feel like for a lot of you, this is about a specific idea. Like if you are watching this and you already are thinking, yeah, I know what this is about. It's something that I've been thinking about for a while. I've wanted to try it, but maybe I was too afraid or whatever. If you have something like that, it's definitely a message that, you know, this is something that could bring you a lot of money if you implement it. But in general, your curiosity, your willingness to learn, and your power of communication will bring you some gains by the end of this month. And any kind of intellectual activity, basically. And the last part, the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Cups, this is definitely showing, you know, success. It's a new beginning. Not just success, it's a new beginning. I mean, just look at the fact that we have the Death and we have the Ace of Swords. Not just a new beginning, but specifically a new beginning when it comes to your perspective on life and on things. So you will have a total makeup and a change of mentality and perspective by the end of this month. And of course, the Ten of Cups can also speak of a happy family life, like I said. So this could be about, you know, either meeting someone, or could be if you are already in a relationship, this is just, you know, you're gonna have a good relationship. And at the very least, if it's not romantic, this is about a happy family life, let's say with your family of origin. But I also feel this message about love might be coming your way or something. And I think that for most of you, this is a person who's coming from a different background or is very different than you. Okay, let me get some astrological cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. What is coming towards them in the next 30 days? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, Spirit, tell me what's coming towards pile number 2 within the next 30 days. Okay, opposition, tension, and opposites. What did I say? Opposition. The opposition is also the sign of marriage somehow. It's an energy of marriage because in astrology, the house that is opposite the ascendant, the 7th house, shows the partner. And there is this energy with the opposition that, you know, tends to signify marriage and romantic partnerships. We also have Mercury, such a huge confirmation of the energies that I was picking up on. We also have square, challenge, and disharmony. We have South Node and Taurus. So this is the Venus energy that was also showing up with the number 24 on this card here. So Taurus shows that by the end of the month, you're going to be in a more stable situation. Taurus is, for instance, the sign where the moon is exalted, actually, in astrology. So that basically means Taurus is a stabilizing effect for the moon, because the moon tends to be quite unstable, tends to be, you know, up and down, waxing and waning, a lot of changes, a lot of instability. So I feel like Taurus showing up here for you is definitely pointing in the direction of you're going to have more emotional stability by the end of this month. And you're going to be in a better emotional, mental state, definitely, by the end of this month. We have the South Node of the moon, old karma, moon. This is a very strong confirmation about what I said with respect to maybe some challenging experiences that you have gone through recently. This could actually be pointing out that you are clearing out some karma during this time. So you can still expect, you know, some turbulence, let me put it like that. Like you might still have situations that seem to come out of nowhere and throw you off balance or challenge you. And Spirit is basically telling you that you have what it takes to weather any storm, basically. And out of these changes, you will come out as someone who is much more adaptable and someone who is more resilient, mentally and emotionally and maybe even physically. And we also have, the square, challenge, and disharmony. This can also show arguments. You know, challenge and disharmony also means that Well, it's two things. Either it can be arguments with other people, or again, it just shows your conflicting sides, like I talked about. Some of that could still be lingering into this next month of you tending to maybe sometimes, with the risk of sounding a little bit negative. Sometimes you could be your own worst enemy, with these energies because of that Queen of Wands and the Moon energy. This is giving me someone who just has self-sabotaging sides, where you might be undoing your own success without realizing it. So therapy would definitely be recommended with these placements. I just want to say that because whenever I see the Moon and the Queen of Wands, I always recommend that, because it could just be that you have a lot of blind spots about how you're working against yourself. That's basically what it means. And many of them could be coming from very early life experiences. And then Mercury, again, this is just a very strong confirmation of the Page of Swords energy, in the sense that, you might be, your ideas, your communication, in some ways even business, because Mercury is a planet of business. So this could show that some business idea, again, confirming what I said with the Page of Swords, could bring you a lot of money, could bring you maybe not a lot of money, but some, the Nine of Pentacles tends to show some good amount of income, or if you are employed, or even if you are a student, for instance, this could be about getting a grant or something, for something you do academically, or at work. It could be an idea that you come up with, or it could just be your ability to communicate, and also your ability to sell things, because Mercury is kind of a salesperson as well. That is bringing you good money by the end of the month. And like I said, with the opposition, this is really, to me, confirming the idea that many of you, like this initial card says, with the Mermaid's Love, I feel like some of you, see how this resonates, okay? Especially with the South Node here, because the South Node tends to show past life connections. And whenever you see like these kinds of relationships that come between two very different people, oftentimes there's a karmic thing going on there. Oftentimes it's a past life connection, because otherwise, normally people don't go for people that are very far away from their culture, because it's too far out of their comfort zone. However, when there is a past life connection, there's often this very strong sense of familiarity and safety with a person, even if you come from very different backgrounds. And so I really feel intuitively that for many of you, you could be meeting someone significant that maybe is meant to be your romantic partner. Or if you are in this kind of a connection already, it's just going to get deeper this month. Okay, let me get some Astro Dice. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the Black Onyx. What are the next 30 days going to bring into their lives? Okay, we have Jupiter, which is the number 12 here. We have Jupiter, okay, expansion. We have number 1, which is ruled by the sun. It's also the first house of Aries. And we have the sign of Capricorn. So these, first of all, the sign of Capricorn, this shows that some kind of an endeavor that you have put steady effort into is really going to pay off for you in the near future, or by the end of the 30 days. The first house also shows you're going to be assertive, you're going to be more confident, and have a stronger sense of identity by the end of this 30 days. The Jupiter is showing windfall, okay? Jupiter shows luck overall, but it's also one of the planets that rules cash flow. So I see this as a confirmation of the Nine of Pentacles as well, in the sense that you might be really gaining something by the end of the month. And also Jupiter is about joy and optimism. So this confirms that by the end of the month, you're definitely going to be in a better emotional state, mental and emotional state, all right? Let's get some charms for fun as well. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. What's going to happen to them by the end of the month? What is coming into their life? Holy shit, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Oh my God. Oh, and this got stuck in my... Okay, so the anchor to me shows stability. So I see this as a confirmation of the Taurus energy. But look at this, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3. Is it 3 or 4? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So it's 3 times that you have the word family. All right. Very strong confirmation of what I said with the 10 of Pentacles. Some of you are working towards building a family, or like I said, you could be in a connection right now, or you're going to meet someone that is someone you're going to build a family with. If this is not romantic, like I said, this is just you spending more time with your family. We have this thing that also came out for pile number 1, so maybe if you felt drawn to it, check out pile number 1 as well. To me, this is about faith. Jupiter is also about faith, by the way. So it's about having faith in a higher power. And I feel like in your case, that's a really strong message because, and look at this, oh my God, you have believe as well. This is a very strong message with Jupiter coming out. And by the way, Jupiter is the enemy of Mercury. These two are opposites. This is why Gemini and Sagittarius are opposite on the zodiac circle, just as Pisces and Virgo. You know, Virgo being ruled by Mercury, Pisces ruled by Jupiter. And they're opposites in the sense that Mercury needs to understand everything. Mercury wants to understand every little detail, wants to dissect everything down to the subatomic particles of everything in order to understand the components. That's why Mercury is ruled to analytics. You know, analytics means cutting things down to sub units and understanding each subunit to, you know, cutting down everything to the smallest undivisible part, basically, of an object. Jupiter, on the other hand, is the opposite of that, which is looking at a bunch of things and seeing how they connect together, or like looking at, you know, trying to have like a higher view, like the eagle's view, you know, from above, and basically looking at individual things and seeing how they are part of the same whole. So this is why Jupiter has a lot to deal with faith and optimism. So I feel like you're moving away from being overly analytical to maybe loosening up a little bit and realizing you can't control everything, and just having some faith in a higher plan and divinity in God. And that is going to help you relax and reach a better mental state. We also have this, which to me shows emotions are going to go high by the end of the month. Which again makes me think that some of you might be getting into something romantic, or you already are in something romantic. So like I said, like the romance is going to increase by the end of the month. Okay, so I feel like either you are already in a relationship that's going to get more intense by the end of the month, or you're finding you're meeting someone new, you know, or maybe you already have someone on your mind and you're gonna progress that relationship, you know, start dating or something. We also have the purse, which to me is a confirmation that money is coming in. We have the eucalyptus leaves. To me, this is maybe about spirit. Also with the Taurus, Taurus is very nature loving. We also have a seahorse here and a cat. To me, this makes me think that, you know, spirit is telling you spend time in nature, spend time with pets. Mercury rules the 6th house, which is the house of pets as well. Pets could bring you a lot of comfort, a lot of emotional stability as well. And I know this is going to sound cheesy, but for some of you, if you have a pet or some kind of an animal maybe that you really like, Spirit is telling you that these animals that you have around you, they are part of your spirit, part of the same soul team, you know. Like they could be spirits that you have had a common, reincarnate, how should I put it? That you have reincarnated with again, you know, like you've known each other in a past life. I know it's kind of woo-woo, but yes, I do believe that that happens, and I've seen a lot of evidence to suggest it. And we have dream. For some reason, I got that song in my mind of, I don't know what it was called, but something like clouds floating up above me. Something in the sycamore trees, dream a little dream of me. I don't know, something like that. It's supposed to be romantic, but I don't remember the lyrics. We have imagine as well. So definitely a lot of things that are heading towards faith, as opposed to, you know, being overly analytical and stuck in details. We also have a hand here, which makes me think if you are interested in arts and crafts, Spirit is telling you absolutely get into it because it's really going to help you overall. And we have a sword, which to me shows assertiveness, all right? And it's to me, it's backing up the number 1 coming out in the sense that, you know, you are becoming more impatient in a good way. After maybe a long time of being stuck in analysis paralysis, you are a lot more proactive. You're going to become a lot more proactive by the end of these 30 days and really, you know, take the bull by the horns. Just saying. All right, this has been pretty much it, pile number 2. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I definitely think there are a lot of strong messages here for you. So if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will upload a new tarot reading. Comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give or ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover. If you are also interested in a private reading, check out the video description for more information. I've left my email address there, and you can email me for a pricing list and reading options. And I've also left a link to reviews that I have gotten for private readings before. If you're curious to see them, might help you decide if you want to get a reading with me. And if you would like to support my channel further, you can do so by clicking on the join button under any of my videos and become a member in exchange for a small monthly fee. And last but not least, I have an astrology channel where I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but also with some tropical insights. And I have more than 20 years of experience in reading astrology, more than 10 in Vedic astrology. But yes, if you are curious about astrology, that was actually my original channel. I started this more recently. Check it out. I will leave it in the video description. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye. Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with Mermaid's Love number 24 and or this black onyx crystal. This is going to be the card shuffling phase. I'm going to add timestamp so you can skip directly to the interpretation. Okay, let me get some more oracle cards first. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the black onyx. What are the next 30 days going to bring for them? Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the black onyx group. What are the next 30 days going to bring for them? Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the black onyx card. What are the next 30 days going to bring for them? Tell me, Spirit. So let's see. We have, wow, Spirit, you know, not pulling punches here. Victim consciousness, number 12. Let's see. Aging. I am one with unlimited love beyond all seeming restrictions of age. I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty, a vessel for the divine Shakti. And gratitude. Okay. I wonder if some of you are concerned with aging. All right, let's see the description for this card now from the booklet, number 24. Mermaid's Love. Love, partnership, support, accord. A loving couple is shown on this card. The woman is a mermaid. Her hair and tail seem to float her through the sky. A man with feathers holds her hand. He grounds and protects her. He is her base. They are from different worlds, water and the sky, but they are complete together, a perfect love union. Their differences make them stronger and balanced. They support each other in their own way, but always from a place of respect and love. Okay. I guess I think maybe for some of you, this is either you're being in a very loving relationship or this is what is coming towards you, basically. It could be that this is speaking of like being with someone from a different culture maybe, or someone who's very different than you. So maybe someone like that is going to come into your life within the next 30 days, or you might start a relationship with someone like that. But let me see what the tarot cards have to say. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the Black Onyx. What is coming into their lives within the next 30 days? Okay, I don't know why I turned the first 2 over instinctively again. Tell me what's coming into their lives within the next 30 days. I turned that one over as well. I cannot help turning them over. What can I say? All right, so we have first card, Page of Swords. Second card, 3 of Swords. Third card, the Moon. Fourth card, 5 of Swords. Fifth card, 9 of Pentacles. And sixth card is the Ace of Swords. Have to arrange them a little bit. Okay. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2, the Black Onyx pile. What is happening in their lives within the next 30 days? Okay, card number 1, Knight of Cups. Number 2, Death. Oh, wow. 3, the Wheel of Fortune. 4 is Queen of Wands. 5 is the Page of Swords. Again. 6 is the 10 of Cups. Pile number 2, I'm seeing a happy end. I'm gonna give you a spoiler right from the get-go. Look at this. You got, you know, the Ace of Swords clarified by the 10 of Cups. And then you have the Page of Swords coming out twice. So Spirit really wants you to hear some strong message here. So this is your current state right now. Page of Swords clarified by the Knight of Cups. This shows that you're in a pretty good place. I mean, not great, not terrible. What can I say? It shows that you have a very lively, enthusiastic attitude. Maybe you are studying something, or you're really focused on experiences, like gathering new experiences. You're also in a quite romantic mood, romantic or / creative. So I wonder if some of you like are in love here. If you're not in love and you're not concerned with romance at all, I feel like by the end of the month or by the end of the next 30 days, you will find someone, because there are so many messages about love here. And here's the thing though, we have the 3 of Swords clarified by the Death on the second position. This really makes me think that some of you have gone through some kind of a painful transformation, a painful emotion. Hello, pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here, number 50, the Observer, and or this kyanite crystal, which is very cute. Yeah. All right. This is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps so you can skip directly to the interpretation if you don't want to sit through it. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the kyanite. What are the next 30 days going to bring for them? Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the kyanite crystal, what will the next 30 days bring for them? Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the kyanite, what will the next 30 days bring for them? Tell me, Spirit. All right. So we have unleash your creativity with this kind of steampunk looking woman or picture. Number 31, all right? And then we have patience. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change soon follows. And we have this Grace card with Matahari. This card also came out for pile, one of the previous piles, actually. I think it was pile number 1. But either way, if you feel drawn to one of the previous piles, you might want to check it out. There might be messages in there for you. If not, never mind. You're going to get everything you need from this reading. Okay. And now let me read the description for this one, number 50 from the booklet. Just a bit. The observer, patience, awareness, focus. A woman is looking through an old-fashioned camera, ready to take a photograph. She observes the landscape before her. All is quiet, all is peaceful. We don't know how long this woman has been waiting for the perfect shot. She has the patience to remain focused until the decisive moment presents itself. Strength lies in her calmness. She lives in the present and does not get easily distracted. Wow. Okay, we already have a repeating theme here. We have patience twice, okay? So Spirit is telling you need more patience, clearly. And unleash your creativity. There's also a common message of creativity. Maybe some of you are actually interested in photography or some kind of visual arts. Maybe some of you have placements in, gosh, oh my God, what is the word? I can't believe I forgot it. Chitra Nakshatra, right? Chitra Nakshatra. If you come from Vedic astrology, you know. If not, okay, you might want to also Google it or maybe check out my astrology channel. But anyway, you might be someone who's really interested in something creative. Maybe you're a very creative person, but maybe you're also someone who either has been suffering from a creative block or your creativity is dormant. Or maybe you're the kind of person who postpones focusing on your hobbies because you always think that you have something more urgent. But I think mostly this is Spirit telling you not to lose your patience and your calm, and keep your focus, keep your eyes on the prize, basically. Okay, I'm gonna see what else the tarot cards have to say. Okay. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. What are the next 30 days going to bring for my pile number 3? Tell me, Spirit. Okay, I really feel drawn to this one, but I kind of looked at it, so I'm going to shuffle again. Spirit, tell me what are the next 30 days going to bring for my pile number 3? The people who chose the kyanite crystal. No, why? Why are you giving me a... Okay, so for some reason, Spirit wants a 7th card, so I'm going to take this one as well. I am a little bit hurt because it's going to be hard to squeeze them in. Okay, card number 1, Temperance. 4 of Wands is the 2nd card. The Emperor is the 3rd card. The Tower is the 4th card. The 7 of Wands, the 5th card. Queen of Pentacles, the 6th card. 6 of Pentacles, the 7th. I would take these 2 together. That's how I usually take it when a 7th card comes out. All right, let me get more cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the kyanite. What will the next 30 days bring for them? I don't know why I automatically turn them over, but this is how I feel. Again. So these 2 want to come out together, so I'm going to put them here under the Tower. Tell me, Spirit. All right, so let's break this down. We have Temperance, the Knight of Wands. We have Four of Wands with the King of Wands underneath, the Emperor with the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Tower with the Justice. It's like a house of cards over here. The Justice and the Two of Swords and underneath the Tower. And then we have the Emperor again underneath the Seven of... Wow, the Sun. This does not surprise me at all, because you do have the message of unleash your creativity, which is very much sun energy. You also have a lot of fire here. A lot of fire. Okay. Anyway. Trying to fix the lighting. It's very primitive, but it works. My method is uncertain. It's a mess, but it's working. Those are Fiona Apple lyrics, by the way. Anyway, very strong messages for you, pile number 3. We have the Emperor coming out twice. Here and here. 3rd position, and clarifying the 5th position. So, let me start with the beginning. You have the Temperance with the Knight of Wands underneath. This is your current state at the moment when you are seeing this reading. So you're trying to bring together two opposite concepts, or trying to balance two opposite dichotomous energies in your life. For some of you, this could be trying to balance, let's say, home with work. But I would say for most of you, it's not really about that. I think it's way more specific when it comes to a certain activity. So like, for instance, a project that you have in mind, or maybe balancing two different career paths. I would say it's more something like an interest, or two interests that you're trying to somehow blend together. So just to give an example, as someone who has an astrology channel, which by the way, I'm going to link in the video description if you want to check it out. I am someone who constantly mixes astrology with psychology, for instance, because I think they mutually complement one another. And even though it's very unusual, and of course in the common knowledge communities, it's seen as very woo-woo, but I get amazing insights into human nature by doing this. So just an example, it could be something like that. Maybe some of you, I don't know, you're looking into, just to give you an example, working with human prosthetics of all kinds, like mechanical arms or mechanical legs, for instance. It's a blending of two things. It's a blending of biology and science, right? Because you need to understand the human anatomy and how the body functions. You have to understand even multiple disciplines, right? Multiple subjects like mechanics, like robotics, like biology, right? Materials, chemistry. So something like that. Right now, you're in a place where you're trying to balance two or several different things, okay? Things that seem like maybe on the surface, they may not have much in common. Like I said, okay, maybe some of you have a full-time job, but now you want to go to school for something else. You're looking at a career change, or it could be for some of you have an idea for a business that is very unusual, where you want to blend in two different topics, two different subjects like that. So this is the general vibe that I am getting. Or at the very least, if none of this sounds even remotely familiar, then it is about blending two different sides of your life, okay? Like, I don't know. Like you're, I don't know, for instance, you're divorced and you're trying to figure out how you can be a good present parent, but at the same time you want to keep your job, which is very far away from where your ex lives, for instance, where the children live. An example, right? So it could be multiple things depending on the situation, but it's something about a balancing act. It's, you're trying to balance, okay? And the support, okay, something that is supporting you throughout the next 30 days is the Four of Wands and the King of Wands underneath. So this is really positive. The Four of Wands basically shows a happy family, which literally means that you're going to get a lot of support from your family. Now, this could be your family of origin. This could be the family that you have created for yourself. It could be extended family, anything, maybe even friends that you think of as almost family. But it could be a bunch of things, right? So people who are close to you, who are giving you a lot of emotional support, and also backed up by the King of Wands. This means that you have a very strong entrepreneurial spirit. You're very independent. You're extremely creative. And whether you realize it or not, your creative ideas will save you and take you out of crisis situations. So what is also going to save you is your own confidence, your own sense of faith in yourself, your own passion and enterprising spirit, and also your leadership abilities, and of course your creativity, last but not least. On a very practical and specific term, this could also literally mean that you are going to get help from real estate, because the Four of Wands to me is about fourth house, which is about real estate. Okay, the home base, but then it can also be real estate. So see how that resonates. Maybe for some of you, you're looking for a place to, I don't know, start your business, or, you know, like an office space, or maybe, I don't know, you're looking for something, you're looking for the right farm, agricultural land to start a small farm or something like that. And, you know, again, it could be very literal. See how it resonates? Because again, I'm reading for a lot of people, so it could be different things. The third position, the Emperor, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. This is what is opposing you in this month. So this could mean a lot of things. It's also interesting to know that we have the number 4 here again. So this could be a paternal figure. It could be some kind of a male authority figure that you might have to deal with within the next 30 days. If you're a woman and you have a traditionalist husband or an ex, this could be that. This could be your partner that you might, you know, have some clashes with. In the very general basic sense, this could just be authorities. So the state, I don't know, it could be any kind of authorities, people that have some kind of authority over you on some level. I don't know, it could be the homeowners association. Could be the president of the homeowners association. It could be, I don't know, your landlord. It could be all kinds of things. You might run into conflicts here. The reason for the conflict is money. Money, or some kind of a battle over material things. This might even be some kind of a competition here. You know, I'm literally getting, for some of you, this is a custody battle, because this is making me think of children. And the Ace of Pentacles is, technically it's about material things. Or something that someone will see as a prize. So it could also mean actually children. Look at this though, the Tower. So this is the 4th position. The Tower, and the 2 cards that came out to clarify it are 2 of Swords, the Justice card. Oh, wow. Like, some of you have literally gone through a divorce, or you're about to go through a divorce. Okay, for those of you who are like, I don't want to jinx it or anything, I don't want to sound like I'm very negative, but this quite literally be the case for many of you. It's either that, or in recent history, or again, this could be either recent past or near future. Around this time when you're seeing the reading, you could be going through some kind of a legal battle, or you have gone through a legal battle. Someone has sued you, or you're about to sue them, or something. Something that will lead to a court dispute, you know? And this caused a Tower moment in your life. This could be a bunch of things. Again, bear in mind that I'm reading for a lot of people, so this could be, I don't know, some of you could be having had a conflict with an employer and suing them or something, and maybe ending up having to actually pay too much in lawyer's fees, or maybe even losing the trial. But something in recent history could have caused some kind of a Tower moment. So obviously, if this is a legal situation, then it makes even more sense to have the Emperor there, which is kind of a symbol for authority figures, and this is courts of law, the Justice card. Again, this could be really specific. Either way, in recent history, you have all gone through some kind of a Tower moment that involved Judgment, somewhere where you were put on trial, like someone has put you on trial. This could be as simple as, by the way, for some of you, you have just lost a job, you know, like maybe you did not pass the trial period for the job, you know. This is recent history, though. This is it's not near future, actually. I made a mistake when I said that, because this is recent history. So this has already happened up until this point. This is near future. 7 of Wands, the Emperor again. Ongoing conflict with the same figure. This is what I'm seeing here. Ongoing conflict. Either with, again, an authority figure or, like I said, it could literally be authorities of state, people working for the government. This could be the tax people, for instance, in your country. In a very general sense, without clinging to anything specific, this can also mean that you are very defensive. You're in a position where you're very defensive. You want to protect what you have earned. And you're, I think, most likely going to be put in a position where you have to protect what you have earned. Like someone is attacking your position or trying to take something away from you. This is what I see, all right? I'm sorry if it seems a bit negative. The last but not least, the outcome is very positive, all right? So these two cards came out together, almost, okay? This one actually came after this one. But I took them together because that's how I usually take the 6th and 7th card when a 7th card comes out. And it wanted to come out this time. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. And the Sun clarifying them. So this is showing that by the end of the month, there's a lot of financial stability. By the end of the 30 days, you are in a very good financial position. Most likely better than what you started. And what's going to bring you there is your creativity. Your creativity, your leadership abilities, your ideas. For some of you, very specific, this is working with children, teaching, because we have the 6 of Pentacles, which speaks of, to me, teaching. It's one of the strongest cards that shows that. But 6 of Pentacles is also any kind of profession where you are guiding others that are not as enlightened as you or not as knowledgeable as you. So being like a consultant, being, you know, some kind of a position where you're teaching other people or you're guiding other people. This could be maybe, I don't know, you have an idea for a course that you start selling and it's going to make you a lot of money. So if you have had that idea, this is definitely a nudge from Spirit that you are in the right direction and you might want to take action on that idea. But also Spirit is telling you to be patient. I feel like there's kind of a warning here. Unleash your creativity. Look at this, man. And you will also have the number 4 again. The number 4 is so strong here in this reading. So this is something to do with real estate for many of you, okay? It could be real estate, restaurants, maybe even motherhood or teaching children, especially because 4th house is education up until high school level. So if you are thinking about getting into any of those professions, this is definitely a confirmation that you're going to make a lot of money out of it. Or again, maybe teaching, giving private tutoring lessons. That's another thing. Pretty much this is what I see. And creativity. Just creativity is the strongest thing. You have a lot of creative energy. I would not be surprised if many of you have placements in Leo or strongly placed Sun, or a lot of positions in the fire signs, the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I also potentially see quite a lot of Earth, though, with the Emperor coming out and also the Queen of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles. So anyway, this is what I see from the tarot cards and the oracle cards. So let me get some astrological cards. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? What are the next 30 days going to bring for them? Tell me, Spirit. We have Mercury, Scorpio, opposition, tension and opposites, Pisces, the dreamer, Jupiter, ideals and magnitude. Okay, so basically I see a lot of resourcefulness, a lot of resilience with the Scorpio, especially. Scorpio, Jupiter, Mercury, all of these tend to show financial gains. And also Jupiter is the planet of teaching. So I feel that this is a very strong confirmation, just as the sun is actually. But Jupiter is even like a higher level of teaching. Also, Jupiter is about justice and the legal system. So that could be a thing as well. But Jupiter is about teaching maybe philosophy or something that is more like higher learning or higher university, like PhDs and stuff, or specialized courses. Mercury means a lot of versatility, like you could be interested in multiple things at the same time. And again, Mercury is showing multiple sources of income, like you could be creating multiple sources of income, and there's a lot of resilience. And also Mercury is ideas, so some idea might really bring you a lot of money, like I said. We also have tension and opposites. So I feel like this tension and opposites, you know, the opposition can also mean an enemy. Like maybe someone is trying to, I don't know, like you have someone in particular, maybe, again, it could be one person or it could be like an organization that you're having issues with that's giving you shit, honestly. Pardon my French. We also have Pisces, the dreamer. This is very creative again. I feel like this is also about following your dreams, and it's about paying attention to your subconscious messages. Like you might be the kind of person that might even dream up some kind of ideas, some kind of creative ideas, or dreams might be an inspiration for you. This next month is also definitely going to be good for studying and growing. Jupiter, whenever Jupiter comes out, that's about growth. So let me get some more stuff. Let's get the Astro die. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. What's going to happen to them? I mean, for them, to them, for them in the next 30 days. Wow, okay. We have Aries, okay? That's a fire sign. Oh, wow. We have Jupiter again. And we have the number 8 coming out, which again is Scorpio. So the Scorpio 8th house energy, this could be multiple things. This is also transformation, and it can also be more specifically dealing with in-laws, or it could be dealing with institutions that loan money. So I don't know, maybe some of you are going to be dealing with loan sharks or something. That's the competition or the struggle that I'm seeing here, maybe. So on a more positive note, this could be showing that you might get a bank loan, or the bank loan that you'd be looking for, because Jupiter is also about finances, and 8th house is about, you know, loans, financial transactions of all kinds, insurance. And Aries just shows that you're going to become way more assertive, action-oriented. And Scorpio means that you're going to be using your knowledge in psychology. This could also be that your knowledge in psychology is growing, and your understanding of human nature. So you could be using your understanding of human nature to get what you want. Maybe even being a little bit manipulative, but I'm not judging. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. What positive things? Let me put it like this. What positive things are going to come for you within the next 30 days? card. This one just got stuck on my finger. We have a moon here. Look at this one, though. This is really cool. Inspire. This is really, I mean, inspire also means that, again, you might be getting some great idea, but you might also, your ability to inspire others could be bringing you money. So again, this also makes me think it's kind of a confirmation of being a teacher as well, or being maybe a motivational speaker or something. We also have the sword coming out twice. To me, this is Aries energy. It's about, yeah. Well, I did ask what positive things are coming towards you. So I think this is about you gaining more assertiveness and gaining the ability to destroy competition. You also might be getting some kind of a windfall, some kind of a present, unexpected present. Financially. 1905, this always makes me think of Saturn energy. It also makes me think of history. And we do have family. So this is a confirmation of what I said. Family is going to support you this month. We also have a feather here. Makes me think of birds of a feather fly together. 2024. Yep, we are in 2024. It makes me think that this is a really significant year for you. The 1905, though, this makes me think that maybe the older generations in your family are going to be particularly supportive, or older people in general, not just from your family. Maybe someone older towards you, like, I mean, someone older is going to give you good advice this month. This also makes me think of classical music. Like maybe some of you are going to be drawn to listening to a lot of classical music or instrumental music, and it's going to be really good for you and your creativity and your soul. And then we have this basically signifying death, which to me, again, makes me think of Scorpio energy. So this makes me think of transformation. I think for most of you, this is going to be a really transformative month. You're going to come out as a renewed individual, like a new person. But yeah, the death card also means you're leaving something behind. You're ending a chapter of your life. But pretty much, yes, this is what I see for you. Pile number 3. Very interesting reading. A lot of messages. I hope you have enjoyed this. I definitely have. Really cool. A lot of strong messages. Like I said, repeating cards and everything. That's always a sign that Spirit really wants to deliver a message. And yes, if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Please comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give or ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover on this channel. Also, consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will upload a new tarot reading. And I also give private readings, so if you're curious about getting a private reading from me, check out the video description for my email address, so you can email me for a pricing list and other details about what the reading entails and reading options. And I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings before. If you're curious, check it out. It might help you decide if you want to get a reading. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel, and I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but also some tropical insights. I have more than 20 years of experience in reading horoscopes, more than 10 in Vedic astrology. And yeah, I use my insights from both of these and also other parts like numerology, Chinese astrology, Batsa, Ziwei Doshu, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Mayan astrology and all kinds of things. Basically, I'm very, how should I put it? I'm very multidisciplinary in esoteric knowledge. Yeah. So yeah, if you're curious about my astrology channel, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And also, one last mention is if you would like to support my channel, you can do so by clicking on the join button under any of my videos and become a member in exchange for a small monthly fee. Would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, thank you very much for being here, for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye!